Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. Oh, I forgot to change my subtitle name. Me and Jamie was in here talking before, but I'll just delete that and then I'll think of something else. But yeah, welcome to the Basement Sports Network.
I wonder who we were talking about.
Pre-game show. That's a different show for a different day, JMV. I'm your host, Roy A. Shepard, and as you see, I'm joined by my guy, JMV. JMV, how you doing today, my boy?
We're doing good. 9:30 a.m. Germany game.
Yes, indeed, brother. So Wiener Schnitzels and beer for everybody this coming week as the Dolphins have the earliest game, 9:30 a.m., as they take on the Kansas City Chiefs in Germany. This is a battle of the top two teams in the AFC, probably the leaders in the MVP conversation in terms of Patrick Mahomes and Tua Tagovailoa. Lots of things. This is not the power team that we kind of faced in the Eagles. That kind of gave us trouble. This is another finesse team, a team with a lot of young players on defense. They also have a stud on that defensive line on defense. And it's a team where the Dolphins have an opportunity to have some success. A lot of storylines going in here, including the Tyreek Hill versus Chiefs matchup. So it's a lot of things that's going into this game. But before we look into that game, let's take a look back. The Dolphins came off of a victory over the New England Patriots. JMV, tell me what your thoughts were on the game, bro.
My thoughts are Tua is 6-0 versus Bill Belichick. Those are my thoughts from the beginning to the end. This man owns the New England Patriots. That really is my thoughts. But shout out to the Patriots defense. I know we put 33 on their heads, and it sounds pretty and all, but that Patriots defense
31. Don't do.
Oh, it was 31. I tried to sneak two more by you. I need it for the agendas because I know Kendall and Juan are somewhere watching. No, but I know we dropped 31 on them, and it looks pretty in the scoreboard and everything. But the New England Patriots, they do a hell of a job defensively, man, and they take away a lot of gaps that we like to hit. And they were jumping routes in that game. They took away our run game for the most part the entire game. Really, that was probably the worst I've seen us run the ball besides the Eagles game, but. The Eagles game, we got it going towards the second half. I don't think we ever got it going against the Patriots. But lack of talent on that team, but it's a very well-coached team.
Yeah, so the Patriots, like you talked about, they did limit the run game. The Dolphins ended up with 78 rushing yards in that game. Tua threw the ball 45 times in that game, which is something that you thought that he would do against the Eagles, but it ended up happening against the Patriots where they took away that. But he also threw for 324 and 3 touchdowns. A solid game from Tua, way to kind of like keep the offense afloat with that arm, considering that the running game, they made you one-dimensional, and you kind of still were able to get some shit off. We talked about it a little bit before the show, but it's something that we've started to see recently, whereas the Patriots were jumping routes from the Dolphins, so a little bit more film out on the Dolphins offense. Teams are starting to adjust. How did that make you feel to see kind of like somebody finally starting to look like they had some answers for kind of this high-powered offense?
I mean, is it really an answer to jump a route? Because if you jump a route, that means you're leaving busted coverage down the field, and
it led to a touchdown.
Yeah, Tua picks up on it, and like the Waddle one too, butt naked down the middle of the field. So it falls on Tua to realize what the Patriots or other teams are trying to do if they're going to try to jump the route and find the open guy. But I don't know if it really is like an answer per se. It's a gamble. It really is. It's what it is. It's what like some of the elite ball hawk cornerbacks, like the Trevon Diggs and Xavien Howard used to do it a lot when they jump routes to get the interceptions. I wouldn't say it's an answer, but
so
they got some balls what they're doing.
When I talk about the jumping of the routes and things like that, it's not so much in like. It's always been incumbent on Tua to kind of make the right reads in his offense. That's been from the beginning of the season. But at the beginning of the season, he had 3-4 receivers running wide open, whereas to now, it's not the same thing. It's one wide receiver open. Tua has to find that one wide receiver. That's what I mean by teams like adjusting and starting to find some answers for what the Dolphins are doing. We all know the beautiful route combination that's the bread and butter of the offense. The wheel route, the flat route, the curl route. We know that that's coming some way, shape, fashion, form. It's up to the defense to figure out which one is doing which route. It's up to Tua to read that after snap and get the ball out very quickly. But you saw the Patriots kind of like they kind of played it. They played it better than I've seen it played for most of the year. And that might
Patriots every time we put matchup versus the Patriots, they give us some headaches.
Even the first time though, bro.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
have to run the ball with the 3 safety thing in the back. Like it didn't work, but like it did provide a way to slow you down. And in the second matchup, they really did play well, bro. Like I want to make sure that we put that out there. That the Patriots did play well in that game. The Dolphins are just the more talented, better team. But this week, the Dolphins are going to have to put up points. I think the 31 points that they put up won't be enough in this week's matchup. So we're going to pivot a little bit to the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a 9:30 game, fellas. He said, not going to lie, Smythe is better than Kelsey except catching the football, running routes, and being good. Hey, brother. I did not add any context to my name. I just said that Smythe is better than Kelsey. At what? The world may never know. But yeah, this is another thing that I want to talk about from the Patriots game before we move to this one, because it kind of ties in. The defense for the Miami Dolphins is starting to come around.
It looked better.
I do. Jalen Ramsey helped a lot because that ball did not go anywhere near that man that entire game. And when it did, he made plays. Like he forced a fumble, he got a pick. Like he was everything that he was advertised. So I want you to spend some time talking about what you saw from the defense in the Patriots game.
Well, I'll tell you, aside from the Patriots game, I'll tell you what I'm excited for moving forward. You know, having a healthy defense. When we alluded to earlier games in the year, the Eagles, for example, and the Bills, you know, as the big games that I for one came on record and said I thought the Bills game was more important for the Bills, and I thought the Eagles game was more important to the Eagles. This game, I think, is more important for the Dolphins. But putting that aside, I would say that the Dolphins weren't healthy. You know, like Brandon Jones either wasn't playing or wasn't 100%. Deshaun Elliott has been a monster the entire year. You know, Xavien Howard missed a few games. Now you got Jalen Ramsey back there. Our linebackers are ass. That's not going to change. Javon Holland's healthy now. Jalen Phillips was banged up for the majority of the start. Bradley Chubb has been doing some. He shows flashes here and there. I would like a little more consistency, but hey, man, he's doing something. Not $120 million worth of it, but he's doing something.
But hey, he's getting home a little bit, and that's all we can ask for.
And our pass rush, for the most part, without blitzing, is creating pressure, which is a nice touch that we haven't had in previous years. So I'm excited for that. Really, it falls down on our linebackers if they can up their game, because they've been atrocious aside from David Long the entire year. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So I do.
The more healthier Nick Needham, that's a big one. So we can get somebody, you know, off the damn football field.
You're gonna have your top 3 cornerbacks in the game for the first time. I think if X plays, then you'll have your top 3 corners in the game in Ramsey, X, and Needham. Yeah, like for the first time all season.
Yeah, and then now you got Kader Kohou, as you know, he can play in the slot, and you can move him around and whatever you want, but he should be in the slot. And then Cam Smith, hopefully, and I think this last week he got like 6 or 8 reps. He needs to touch the field, man. I need to see him touch the field. I saw Noah Inognaby last year play a lot. He played a lot, and that man he got a game-winning interception. Props to him. In a game that we play like shit, so props to him. He did something. He was worth the first-round pick.
For that one game. To your point about the pass rush getting home, that's like a big reason why the defense has kind of played better, because that's important to Vic Fangio's kind of like scheme, where he wants to drop everybody and be able to get home with just kind of like the front guys, not really blitz, and be able to surprise quarterbacks with the blitz, as opposed to using it as a tool to get pressure. Like, so Chubb, look, I know not very many people are excited about his contract or anything, but for all intents and purposes, he has done his job this year, and some of the other guys are starting to come along. To my chagrin, it's been at the expense of my guy Andrew Van Ginkel getting snaps on the field. But if the defense is going to play better with the more natural talented guys, then that's what you want overall. Let's use that, though.
It takes pressure off of our secondary, too. When you're getting pressure and the quarterback needs to make a decision quick, it takes pressure off of our secondary to stay on their matchup.
Yeah. So let's get to that. Now you're facing a high-powered offense. Let's stick with the defense for a little bit. Are you expecting, even though you're getting your full complement of players back, you're starting to get healthy a little bit? Are you expecting them to have any level of success against Patrick Mahomes this week?
I expect us to get a few stops. I don't know if we consider that, a level of success, but I expect us to get a few stops. Maybe, I don't expect the Chiefs to drive down our throats the entire game and score on every single possession. That's not what I expect. I do expect Patrick Mahomes to play well because every time there is a big game, against the top seed, Patrick Mahomes always shows up. So I don't expect him to be the version that he's been sometimes this year, where he's been a little, I don't want to say clumsy or nothing, but hasn't been himself.
They're starting to get it together, bro. Those receivers are young over there, bro. Like they starting to get their shit together.
Rasheed Rice is nice.
Yeah, but they also have a bunch of fuckheads over there at wide receiver.
Yeah, no, and they got Travis Kelce. That's he counts for 3.
Listen, brother. Like that's kind of where my concern is in terms of like this defense. Who the fuck is guarding him? Like, I would imagine that, like Marcus said, like he's excited to see how they move Ramsey around. I think we're going to see some Ramsey on Kelce. I don't know if he's going to shadow him because that's not what Vic Fangio does. People don't shadow in this defense. I do think that he'll move Ramsey into the slot and allow him to kind of man the area where they anticipate Kelce being.
One-on-one?
Yeah, like no. There's no guarding that man one-on-one. You don't try that. Between Shameless and Chubb, my agendas are failing. Listen, brother, Shameless is obliterating my thing. Chubb is also because
wait, which was Shameless?
That's Haywood Highsmith.
Okay.
The worst offensive player I've ever seen, who's magically a 3-point sniper now. But I do think that Kelce is going to present a huge problem for Miami because of, like you alluded to, the dog shit linebackers that we trot out there, and the unwillingness of Fangio to kind of like move players around to kind of take shit like that out. What kind of day are you anticipating for Kelce?
100 yards, but I think Ramsey's going to not necessarily in the terms like the traditional terms of shadow, but I do think we're going to move Ramsey around to be a secondary help for Kelce. To be able to jump in the route when he sees it, like when he sees the opportunity to jump in, either bat the ball down, try to get an interception. He's not going to force a phone ball on Kelce. That's for damn sure. But
that's part of the problem with Kelce, bro. Like because Vic Fangio runs a zone heavy like scheme. Travis Kelce doesn't run like traditional routes. He's like Hunter Renfrow in the sense where it's like, I don't have a route at the beginning of this play. I'm just going somewhere where I see space.
He's on free roam.
Yeah, bro. Like, and that is going to, I think that's terrible. That could gash the Dolphins defense. And I see them like kind of like giving up a lot of like third down convergence to shit like that, which is why I'm a little hesitant in terms of like joining you that you guys are going to get some stops. Like, how is my question? Where do you envision the stops coming? Like pass rush, coverage? How are the Dolphins getting these stops?
No, pass rush. It'll be pass rush. It'll be pass rush, not necessarily having to get home, but forcing Patrick Mahomes to get out of the pocket, and either he throws it away or throws it at a 50-50 ball and we're able to get a stop. He almost never throws it away, but
and plays breaking down is where this man has won MVPs. Like that's bad. I think the best solution is to try and find a way to keep him in the pocket. Like I feel like you have to get home, bro.
This year, if he's throwing a 50-50 ball to his receivers versus what he's had as long as it's not Travis Kelce, anybody else, I like our chances to get a stop. I don't think the run game is really going to help him this week.
Kelce is at 7 receptions on the anonymous player prop betting app that doesn't sponsor us, so I will not say their name. Smash the over. Do you like that? Kelce over 7 receptions in this game?
That depends. Is Taylor Swift at the game?
Where is game at? Is it Miami?
It's in Germany. Is she making the trip? If she's making the trip, I'm betting my house. That man he's a different breed when Swift is in the crib.
Even though I hate that narrative and I hate how much they talk about it, that is like a real thing. Like he has not performed as well, but I think that's more so because he caught a rhythm late into the season, and now he's in that groove where he's unstoppable right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the other offense that's taking the field, the Dolphins. What advantages do the Dolphins have over the Kansas City Chiefs in your opinion?
Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle. It's the same thing every week, really. That's our advantage, and every single week that it's those two monsters on the field, spreading the field and being able to get the underneath routes for the other receivers. You know what? I'm gonna make a very boldy pick, and I'm gonna say that Chase Claypool gets a touchdown this week. That's
interesting.
I have liked what I've seen from Chase Claypool. I've liked what I've seen in blocking. I've loved his.
He's a hell of a blocker, bro. He's a hell of a blocker, bro.
Yeah, he's lazy as shit in Chicago. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where this came from, but he looks elite in Miami. in Chicago, he was like, "Yeah, no, fuck this."
Yeah, I think what it is like he's seeing each week he's seeing kind of like where his opportunities are going to come from. I think the red zone is going to be big for him. It's going to be big for him in this offense, and I think he's seen that even though he hasn't gotten a touchdown yet. So I like the Claypool thing.
I think also when you see Tyreek Hill blocking and you see Jalen Waddle blocking, and then you start seeing all the other receivers block. Yeah, you have to buy into it. You can't just be the only guy that's on the field and says, "Fuck this, I'm not going to block tonight." I don't get paid for this.
Yeah, so, that's true. Circling back around to your Jalen Waddle kind of like Tyreek Hill point, both of them had 100 yards versus the New England Patriots. Mm-hmm. Shit that you rarely see. I don't think that that's going to be the case this week where they both get over 100 yards, but I do see your point about having success about that, especially Tyreek. He has to be 100% motivated for this game. I think this is his first opportunity to play the Chiefs since he's left there. Just kind of like speak to what you're anticipating, like what type of effort you're expecting from Tyreek Hill in this game.
Well, I mean, a touchdown and 150 yards is about average, no? That's the weekly thing. It's not even damn 150 yards. He does it every week. So I mean, I expect us to force feed him a little bit. I don't know if force feed is the right term, but I expect us to have I think next week. Well, not next week, because the week after
the bye, I think.
Yeah, I think that he's eligible for the return there. I don't want to say force feed really, but I do think we're gonna have a few plays in our back pockets, which is specifically for Tyreek, specifically for this game versus Kansas City, and I think he's gonna get.
That's the offense. That's the offense anyway.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get 10 to 14 targets in this game. So 150 yards seems about right. Maybe selling a short. Let's see if he breaks one, then 200. One deep ball. All it takes is one deep ball per game, and he's cracking 200 yards. Because between all the 15-yard and 20-yard throws that he's going to catch, then you add the 50-yard pass, 200.
Yeah. Are you worried that may kind of like seep into the minds of Tua or Tyreek, where it's like, I got to get Reek the ball, and that comes to like the detriment of the team in any way?
I don't want to worry about it, but I I don't want to worry about it, but I did see Waddle got off to a slow start. Obviously, he had a few, he had some nagging injuries here and there, and then I saw Tua try to force feed him an entire game. So I get your point. I think it was against the Giants, if I'm not mistaken. So I get in it, but I want to believe that that's not going to be an issue, because with how much talent we have on offense, and Tyreek spacing the field and Waddle as well, and we get all the little underneath routes to our other receivers, because we never target a damn tight end. They don't exist in this offense. They're just extra offensive linemen. So
Durham Smythe, he greater than Travis Kelce in this offense. That's all I'm saying.
Blocker. Julian Hill is a spectacular blocker. That man is great pickup.
Man, better than Austin Jackson on the edge.
Yeah, Austin's improved though. I don't want to bash him too much.
Listen, like Austin Jackson is the guy who he's the person who's probably impressed me. He's top 5. I'll put it like that. In terms of players who've impressed me this year, Austin Jackson is definitely up on that list, because I was with everybody else. That's a fucking bust. And no, I'm not calling him an all-pro or anything, but he has been above average in my opinion. And that to me is like 2 steps above what he's been throughout the course of his entire career.
Just 2?
Liam Eichenberg?
No, I guess that's no, but Austin has had some good reps. Like he's had some reps where I'm like, damn.
He looked like Trent Williams. He looked like Trent Williams on a I still can't get this play. I think it's an Achane run. Like where he was the lead blocker out in front of Achane, hauling ass up the field to go kill somebody. Like that to me, like I was like, that is all pro caliber football play. And when I realized it was Austin Jackson I was talking about, I was disgusted.
I need to tone it down. That's not all pro. That's just good.
Like I said, 2 to 3 levels above what we're accustomed to him. And the offensive line in general, look, much maligned, and I keep saying this week to week, so I don't want to get to the point where we're like anticipating solid offensive line play, but we have been getting solid offensive line play, and I want to make sure that as much as we shit on it, I want to take the time to acknowledge it too when it has been good, when it has given Tua the time, even though Tua don't need much time. They have given him the not much time that he's needed, so you want to kind of praise them for that. So shout out to the offensive line, and hopefully like they start to get healthy too because they're going down. I think we started Lester Cotton.
We were down 4 offensive linemen out of 5. Like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, like we have backups everywhere.
Connor Williams came off of IR, but like didn't play. Like, I hope that changes because I would love to never see Liam Eichenberg play another snap of professional.
Connor Williams, aside from his snapping issues, which they're sporadic, that happens here and there. That guy is an elite pass blocker and run blocker. That guy is phenomenal at his job.
That's because he's a guard.
Yeah. But hey, we're Miami Dolphins fans, bro. When was the last time we had a real center, like a real good blocking center? And then you have Robert Hunt next to him, who has looked every bit of
I'm not gonna hate. Robert Hunt. They had Robert Jones get some snaps. Like it's Kendall Lamb has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's another one who I got to give some credit to, brother. Offensive tackles have done more than what could have been asked of them throughout the course of the season.
I wonder if he's going to get moved into left guard because Isaiah Wynn's going to miss. He's still going to miss a few more weeks. I don't know when he's going to come back. Supposedly, Teron Armstead's coming back this week, so I would like to see Lamb move into the left guard position, but
that'll be. I don't think so. I think they're probably gonna move Liam ass over there, but like,
no, please don't.
Connor Williams, Austin Jackson, Teron Armstead, Robert Jones, and Kendall Lamb is who you're saying that last spot goes to?
At left guard? I would like to see Ron, Lamb, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, Austin Jackson. That's what I would like to see.
Lamb, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, Teron Armstead, Austin Jackson?
Yeah, I went from left to right. So Teron, Lamb, Connor, Hunt, Jackson. That's what I would like to see.
I think I would like to see it too, but I think they're going to put Liam over there instead of Lamb at guard.
I hope his passport didn't work and he stayed in Miami.
I'm with that, brother. Somebody asked, is Mahomes playing injured? Always. That's not like always, brother. Like
it's his ankle?
Always. Again, like it's always something with him. I do want to kind of talk about special teams in honor of Kachin Chisholm, but I don't really.
What exactly are you alluding to with the special teams?
This game is going to be close.
Because you're talking about Jason Sanders potentially.
Yes, bro. I'm talking about Jason Sanders potentially being a crucial figure in this game. What's your confidence level like with that?
I would like to see Braxton Berrios break one because he's been one away. He's been
from like getting a big return.
Yeah, he's been like one broken tackle away a few times from making a big return. So this would be the game that I would like to see him return one. But I really hope it does not come down to a Jason Sanders. For the love of God.
Holland asks, is Mostert listed as questionable? Yeah, he's probably going to play though. Achane
he's
playing.
not playing.
Achane is not playing. He's going to play the week after the bye. No, not mentioned on injury report. That's
Because
cool.
he's an IR.
Yeah, IR. They can't play up until a certain week, and I think his is week 11.
Yeah, it's the next one.
Yeah. So yeah, week 11 is when he'll come back. But excuse me. Let's talk Tua, bro. It's a big game.
No, I thought you were going to talk about the contract already.
You thought that 55 per year?
I don't give a fuck. Give him whatever he wants.
Bro, listen, I don't already say it's like I don't think I would pay Tua $50 million a year.
However, it's about the guaranteed money, though.
However,
the yearly thing doesn't matter.
However, if I'm Tua's agent, when I go to the Miami Dolphins,
oh yeah,
I'm going to bring Daniel Jones's contract word for word into that room.
And Kyler Murray's. And Kyler
Murray's. And Deshaun Watson's. I'm going to bring all those contracts in there. And I'm going to say, read these and pick one.
And remind them that this is Deshaun Watson's the guy that you guys wanted. And look at the shit he's getting paid and look at the shit he's producing.
There will be, it is tough. Well, like I said, I would not pay Tua $50 million a year. But if that is the market,
yeah, he's gonna get it.
Tua's going to be a top 3 MVP candidate this season. It's going to be crazy. Tua throws 400 plus 300.
I love it.
But it's cap.
I love it. We saw him do it against the Chargers. We've seen.
Do you think he's going to do that?
400 yards.
400 yards and three TDs, 3 touchdowns.
The 3 touchdowns is very possible. The 400
yards, I assume it's going to happen.
Yeah, the 400 yards maybe not because we try to run the ball a lot. It's been very rare that we don't run the ball a lot throughout a game. The Patriots was one of them. So I don't know about 400 yards, but 303 touchdowns.
So the biggest game of Tua's career needs to show up, win or lose. I agree that I think this is Tua's biggest game to date. And I also think Tua's going to show up. I think Tua's going to get exactly what you're talking about 350 and 3 tubs. Like 325 to 350, somewhere in that range, 3 touchdowns. Whether or not I think that they're going to win that, we're going to save that for that early-ass 7:30 pregame show. But I do think Tua shows up.
In my 4th dream.
I will be entering my 37th minute of REM sleep at 7:30. But yeah, like hopefully my man. I think Kai gonna get up with me. Like my son gets up at 6 o'clock.
Kai will be up. Kai be texting me at 6 a.m. He'll be up.
He texts me at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, he'll be up.
Like that's what I know. So I think it's gonna be me and Kai on the preview show, which is cool. I love Kai Chisholm. That's my guy. But yeah, Tua. I think Tua is gonna show up. I don't know if Tyreek getting 2 of the touchdowns from Tua. I definitely think he gets him 1. But yeah, I think Tua show up, and I think Tua has a hell of a game in Germany, bro. Like, I feel very good about what he's going to do in this game against Kansas City. And part of that is because Kansas City's defense it's improving, but it's still really, really, really young. Like, I don't. Huh?
Their pass coverage is very good.
Yeah, their pass coverage is very good, but they're also very young still. And like McDaniel's offense is not something that you show to like young players and they be like, "Oh, I get it. This is what's going to happen." That's not what the fuck. Somebody's going to blow coverage. Because so I don't see Tua kind of like missing those opportunities, and that's going to be big for the Dolphins because I think he needs to play well in order to for the Dolphins to win. I don't think he can have an average game and they win this game. He's gonna have to put up. I think he has to put up at least 35 points.
I agree. 35 is about right.
35 is about yeah. I think
it's about right. I don't think this is going to be like the Detroit Lions and Kansas City game that was 21-20 or whatever the hell the final score was.
No. I do agree. I think the defense just needs kind of like you said. The defense is going to get a stop. I think they need to get one or two. Like if they can get 3 stops, then the Dolphins should be in really good
The
shape.
thing is a halftime. Like those last 2 minutes going into the half, bro. Patrick Mahomes cannot touch the football, and if he touches the football, Patrick Mahomes cannot score.
I don't know if y'all gonna be able to run the. Y'all might be able to run the ball on Kansas City. They're not like their pass rush is solid, but like I don't think their run defense is to the level of kind of like Phillies, where they're going to be able to shut down your run game. I think you're going to be able to have some success on the run game. Like, do you believe so? You think it's going to be another game where we're going to have to put it in Tua's hands the whole game?
No, I think we'll have success in the run game. I think we'll have success in this game. I've seen. I mean, we're not going to have like 200 yards of success, 8 yards of carry like that, but enough to where you have to respect the run game, and it'll open up the play action, which we've used much more this year than we have in Mike McDaniel's first year, like with the Dolphins. So it just enough for you to have to respect it, and it'll open up the play action, and then you got the wheel route and the drag route and the curl at the same time.
Let's do over under right quick. Over under 85 yards.
On the rush?
Yeah, ready.
Over.
Over under 100 yards.
100 over.
120?
Under. I think we're going to be in the 1 to 120 range.
Okay.
That's where
I don't. I think y'all gonna get about.
We get 500 yards of offense almost every single game.
Yeah, so, absurd. But I think y'all gonna get like 85 to 90. I don't think you guys are getting 500 yards. You might though, because you're gonna get a lot of possessions.
I think if we're going to put up 34, 35 points, there's going to be damn near 500 yards. It's going to be 450 to 500 in this game.
I feel like I want to call for like a defensive play, like them getting a turnover.
And both these teams, mind you, this is not the Eagles. This is not the Eagles that they run and pound and 8-9 minute.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all gonna get a lot of possessions.
Fucking 2-minute drives, 3-minute drives, and the Miami is a minute and a half.
I want y'all to get a turnover. I want us to get a turnover. Like that's kind of where I'm looking at it. Like
and capitalize.
If we can get a turnover and capitalize off of that turnover, that could be huge. Patrick Mahomes is prone to giving the ball away sometimes, and this needs to be one of those games where he gives it to us. Highland said that Tua needs to show up. Broadway Mike needs to outcoach Chubby Reed. He ain't doing that. Big Red is a top 5 head coach of all time.
Our coach is tough.
Yeah, like coach him to a draw. I can see that. Mike McDaniel has earned the respect. Oh, yeah, 1,000%. It's absolutely going to be a shootout. Mike McDaniel has earned my respect to the point where I can say that he can drop a game plan that can rival any coach that he's going up against. So he's earned my respect to the point where no coaching matchup, I feel like, is a drastic disadvantage for him because of what he can do offensively. Andy Reid is of that same ilk.
We've seen him basically outcoach Bill Belichick, so maybe you don't want to say outcoach Bill Belichick, but he's been like, toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah, look, he's won, but Tua has beaten Bill Belichick every time, and that included with Brian Flores. But I will say this. Mike McDaniel has done some shit that Bill Belichick wasn't ready for. And that's not something that a lot of people can say. Yeah. Also, Bill Belichick has done some things to Mike McDaniel that Mike McDaniel didn't see coming. And he didn't have like an answer for. Like that first game when they dropped him 3 safeties, it fucked Mike McDaniel up in that first half. So he just he relied on the run game, he relied on the run game. He pivoted to the run game and he stuck with it. And so that to me was like good coaching, Mike McDaniel. That's what you do in a situation like that. But he don't want to do that. Like,
no, of course. Figure it out.
Yeah, like
that's what we're here for.
He does that to everybody though. Like he forces you to adjust by doing little aggravating shit to your offense. That's like, bro, why the fuck can't we get? I don't know. But I think Andy Reid, what's tough? You got to be more specific. I say a lot of things really fast. Mike,
everything's tough.
Yeah, like But yeah,
it's gotta be aggravating for Patriots fans and Patriots beat writers that you talk so much shit about Tua as a quarterback and like not necessarily the weak link, but it's the thing that you can improve on the Dolphins. And it's been 4 years that you've been talking so much shit and you can't beat the motherfucker. Every time you play him, he beats you. It's gotta be so frustrating.
We should know we do that with the Bills.
Yeah, we have one win against the Bills.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
Yeah,
and we talk shit about Josh Allen and all.
I respect Josh. I respect Josh.
Respecting Josh Allen, he makes you respect him, huh?
I hate their fans, but I respect Josh.
Like, I think I get it though. Like, I get the little, like, the bitching and moaning is unnecessary from Buffalo Bills fans when they start talking about like how hot it is in Miami. Like, bitch, we can't control the fucking weather. Like, we're in Miami. You bring your ass down here, get on the field.
And how cold it is in Buffalo, bro. Leonard Fournette just joined them, and he fucking tweeted today how it's cold as balls. Like, he's not gonna front. It's cold as balls.
Julian Gonzalez said, I feel like a key in this game or any game is getting Waddle going early because we all know Tyreek going to eat. But when they both rolling, that's when we're dangerous. It's hard to get Jalen Waddle going early. It's because he can't catch all the time like that.
I think teams play Waddle a little harder because they know they can't stop Tyreek Hill regardless. So they try to shut down one side. They try to not shut down because he still gets his touches, but
right.
Try to limit one side the more they can. And if you're going to try to limit one side realistically, you put them both on the table, it's not going to be Tyreek Hill. So every team targets Waddle.
Yeah, and even though he said that's tough trusting Mike McDaniel versus any coaching matchup.
He cooked the Baltimore Ravens. Fuck you talking about?
Twan is a Cleveland Browns fan, and they don't have a real coach. I think their coach's name's Stefanski.
I thought he was a Ravens fan.
No, that's Stone. Stone's a Ravens fan. But yeah, like it's not like I think Mike McDaniel is out coaching every coach. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that what he does well offensively, that can stack up well versus what any other coach in the league does well. So Andy Reid, for example, offensive-minded coach, he's going to come out here and he's going to scheme up shit for his offense to be successful. Mike McDaniel is going to do the same thing to Andy Reid's defense. And yeah, it's Steve Spagnuolo's the defensive coordinator or whatever, but like Mike McDaniel is going to have success versus your team on offense, whether you like it or not, unless you're the Philadelphia Eagles, where that I don't think that was on him as much as it was just like the elite front seven talent of the Eagles on both sides of the ball. Like, that's something that even the best coaches are having trouble with. Nobody's stopping that shit. Well, it did get stopped.
We had success too against the Eagles here and there. Like we had
offense?
On offense. We had some promising drives and some mistakes.
7 points on offense.
Yeah, but some mistakes got taken back. I mean, Tua threw a touchdown that got taken back because of a holding. Tyreek. Was it the Eagles game that Tyreek dropped a wide open touchdown? He bobbled it. It was the Eagles game, no?
Yeah. We talking about the route. He was coming like towards the right side of the.
Yeah, it was like that deep slant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we left points on the board, unfortunately. So I saw good things against the Eagles. Granted, from left tackle all the way to Austin Jackson, you had backups across the field until you got to Austin Jackson. So
did we see what Justin Reed said about how they're going to play us? No. What did Justin Reed say? Do you know, JMV?
Nope, but I'll search it up right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for now on the Twitter webs. But fuck Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a baller, but fuck him and the Bills. Fuck Jim Kelly. Fuck Marv Levy. Fuck Thurman Thomas. Bruce Smith. Love him. Fuck O.J. Simpson. Fuck Jordan Poyer. Who else used to play for the Buffalo Bills? Fuck Andre Rison.
It's a video. It's a video. I can't see what he said. I would have to play it. Did you find anything?
Yeah, I found it. Hold on. He said a lot of the Dolphins guys are speed guys and they don't want to deal with that physical contact. So it's important to be physical. He said when you want to take a shot on them legally, he said take every one of those. Don't let them just slide down or run out of bounds if you don't have to let them do that. Make sure you put them on the ground.
Does he think Tyreek Hill is 120 soaking wet or something? Tyreek Hill is built for physicality.
Brother, you can try and hit Tyreek Hill as many times as you want to.
Hit your back.
He's going to run right by his fucking ass. He's not like Justin Reed, brother. Like you're not going to be just hitting these folks. You think people haven't tried to hit them?
Yep.
Hitting them ain't the problem. Catching them is the problem, bro. Like them being speed guys is one thing. Them being the fastest team in the NFL is another. And that's what it is. The Dolphins are the fastest team. And he said stop the run and we'll stop the pass. It won't. I want to thank my boy, the nasty man with the $10 dono. He said Heat Buzz had to come watch a real pregame show for a serious South Florida team. Listen, gang, I'm glad that you're joining us, my boy. But yes, indeed, the Heat are garbage, and they are killing my vibe all the time. But I think that's going to wrap us up in terms of like this preview show. I did tell JMV before the show that we was going to do 25, 30 minutes. We're not getting 41 minutes out of this, JMV. I think we did well. We should pat ourselves on the back. This is also the second time you and I have done a preview show, so I now dub us the official preview team because we seem to be the only two who do the preview show. So, thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my man JMV Fanatics for pulling up one time for the one time. I don't have a producer, so I have to do this myself. We'll see y'all at 7:30 in the morning on Sunday. 7:30 in the morning, be here. Me and Kai Chisholm are going to do a preview before the game, and then we'll definitely try and round up a game for the post-game show, which will probably be at 11 o'clock in the morning. That is, well, it'll be 11:30, 12 o'clock. Insane. All right, y'all. See y'all. Play the video, me.